So the other day I woke up and I said, I want to go see Lake Powell. So I did. I drove up to Lake Powell. I stopped and saw quite a few things along the way. And I ended up camping overnight up there because I didn't work the next day. So I saw plenty of cool things. And I want to share with you guys. Here's part one of that journey through northern Arizona to the Lake Powell region on the Arizona-Utah border. All right, here we are driving across the Colorado River over Marble Canyon. We're gonna pull over and take a look. Pretty cool little visitor center area here, made out of native stone. Time to use the bathroom. So it looks like the government will pay you to harvest brown trout out of the Colorado River. I'm guessing they're pretty aggressive and take a lot of the resources from the native fish. So the first stop I made was at the Navajo Bridge. You drive across the modern one, but you can walk across the historic one that was built in 1929. This represents one of only 7 land crossings of the Colorado River for 750 miles. And when the historic bridge was built, it was the highest steel arch bridge in the world. Oh, the river water looks so nice. The color of the river is just fantastic here. It's very clean and cold in this part of the river because this is right below the dam, right below Glen Canyon Dam. So, wow. This is Marble Canyon. This is a canyon of the Colorado River below Glen Canyon Dam. Above Glen Canyon Dam is Glen Canyon, which is flooded by Lake Powell. It's been that way since the 1960s when the dam was constructed. So this is facing north, and then this is facing south, looking towards the bridge we just drove across. And if you keep heading down the river like these guys are doing, you'll enter the Grand Canyon. So the Grand Canyon is further downstream. But yeah, this is a beautiful view. This is northern Arizona, near the Utah border. So I'm gonna drive down to the river now and check out Lee's Ferry, which should be a cool spot right on the water. Some cool historical buildings. Look at that view, it's crazy. All right, here we are coming up on the river. That is super cool. It's flowing pretty fast. So if you think it looks hot out here, it's because it is. It's about 95 degrees, which is pretty typical for this time of year though. This is one of the hotter times of year. Yes, technically this is part of the Grand Canyon National Park right here. This is where the Paria River flows into the Colorado River. And so that sign was saying that the Paria River deposits a lot of boulders, rocks, and things into the Colorado River at this moment here, or at this point here, and that's why there's rapids here. And you can see the sediment that the Paria River is depositing here with the change in color. The Paria River flash floods frequently, and it's actually a pretty big danger to those upstream in the Paria River Canyon or Buckskin Gulch closer to the Utah border. That's a big flash flood area, and it's a very narrow slot canyon that is dangerous in times of heavy rainfall. Look at that. So the Paria River is depositing the sediment here, and the Colorado River is the clearer water on the other side. And you can see where the Paria River enters the Colorado. So obviously right here you don't want to swim unless you want to die because of the rapids. But there is a nice flat sandy beach area over there that actually has some pretty nice calm water at the end of the rapids where you can swim. And I think I might do that. But I think I'm going to check out Lee's Ferry and the historic area over there before I come back here and swim. So this here is where the USGS monitors the stream flow of the Paria River, this little tributary that we saw flowing into the Colorado River, making it muddy in spots there. And this time of year, this is the driest time of year usually, and so this time of year you usually won't even see water in here. But the last week we've had quite a bit of rainfall, and that was highly unusual. It was thunderstorms across the Southwest every day for over a week. For May, that's weird. But you can see here the color is very opaque, and that's because it's just carrying in sediment from the slot canyons upstream. The reason why the Colorado River is very clear below Glen Canyon, though, is because it's actually unnatural, and it's because the sediment is blocked behind the dam, and the water that's released from Glen Canyon Dam is water on top of the sediment. After the sediment's settled, there's clearer water on top of the sediment, and that's what gets flushed downstream. You can see how high the floodwaters have been in the past because of the debris here under the bridge. So all the historic buildings here are a mixture of different eras of the past. It says here, throughout the 1800s and 1900s, Lee's Ferry was a backdrop to a mix of westward expansion dreams and failed schemes. Because of its strategic location along the Colorado River, unlikely groups overlapped on these shores. Miners, traders, U.S. government scientists, church elders, and the occasional outlaw shared the trials of frontier life here. Very interesting. And so, in case it isn't obvious, yes, there was a ferry here to ferry goods and people across the Colorado River. That's why this place is called Lee's Ferry. This is really cool with the roof beams. Looks very nice. J. Hislop. Some might call that a wheel. It's pretty cool. Ooh, it looks like a prison with the bars on the door now. Cannot see inside. Many layers of screen. All right. Cool view from the window. Check out this other building. Yeah, they make the windows impossible to see through, so you can't see what's inside the building. Well, that's cool though. So that building right there is actually the first building of Spencer's, built in 1911. Very cool. This other building, though, that was built in 1874. It was a fort to assert control of the river crossing during tensions between missionaries and tribes. It was never attacked, though. Interesting. So, the building on the right was built in 1911. The building on the left was built in 1950. See inside? Made in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Big mesquite. Let's see what's over here. Pump system. So all the buildings and everything at least Ferry, they draw water directly from the Colorado River, which makes sense. What about this one? Erie, Pennsylvania. So, you know, back when the Great Lakes were the place, you know. Hauled from Flagstaff behind an ox team. That sounds like a lot of work. It was a steam engine to pump water for Charles H. Spencer's mining experiments. It's perfect weather. As far as I'm concerned, it does not feel very hot. It is hot. It's 95 degrees, but it doesn't feel very hot because it is dry. 75 degrees in Austin, Texas, with a 70-degree dew point feels much, much worse. So, beautiful landscape here. All right, back to the Paria Beach. Some old ruins right here as well. Looks like they're trying to grow willow and cottonwood. Oh, there's a little lizard. In cottonwood, because they have them protected. So, probably trying to restabilize the beach here. I bet the water's freezing, which is good. The water is absolutely freezing. It's not bad though. Water's very clear. This little sandbar. So this year they actually released a lot of water from Glen Canyon Dam in what's called a high flow experiment. And the point of that is to try to rebuild the sandbars in the Grand Canyon, which not only helps the native fish, but the rafters that go down the canyon. Oh, wow. Very cold. Yikes. It's like almost Lake Superior level cold, seriously. My mission is to walk up the river, or down the river, until I get to those rocks over there. Then I want to see if I can get a nice view from on top. Wow. It's like spraying actually a little bit. Nice water. Oh gosh. It's really deep right here. I might as well just... Alright. There we go. Ah, it's cold. It's so cold. Oh gosh. That is a little painful. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Here we go. Naughty, naughty. Well, this is good enough for me. Is that a mushroom? In the sand? Wow. Doesn't this look like some sort of military helicopter? One time I was driving west on I-40 between Winslow and Flagstaff, and I saw literally at least 10 of them in a line flying pretty low to the ground. Kind of like that height, maybe a little lower, probably lower. And it was just a bunch of them in a line, kind of parallel to the interstate, not that far from it. And didn't know what to think of that, but wow. So this is a dry wash right here, and look at how much debris is in it, just from flash floods in the past. Here's some toadstools. So it's a harder rock on top of a softer rock, so the softer layer erodes and it leaves a cool looking formation.